I went to a workshop and I met somebody, and this person was a melancholy. So during the workshop, we got talking, and they complained about everything that was happening, the time, the food, the long talk, the people not being entertained, the way winding up and down. And normally, if I didn't know temperament, I would have just picked my things and go to the next scene. I smiled in my heart and told myself, this is definitely a melancholy. That day passed, the following day we traveled together. And throughout, he had everything to complain about. And I wanted to say, do you know you complain a lot? And I decided rather to say, have you ever heard about temperament? He reflected for a while and said, no. Then I decided to teach him about the 4 types of temperament. And I finished and I said, you are the melancholy. You people are detailed. You are perfectionists. However, you always see flaw in everybody. That's why you have a high tendency to complain. Then I asked him, I want you to give me the temperament of the 2 close people you work with daily. And those close people, he said they were his boss and his spouse. And I asked him, what do you think your boss is? After this explanation about temperament, he said his boss is this our kind. When I said, what do you mean by this our kind? He said his boss is like him. And then he said he only submits his report few minutes to the deadline. Why? Because if you submit it earlier than that, as long as it's not the deadline, the boss will keep correcting and correcting and correcting. I say, yes, I understand. That's how male behave. Why? If you tell a male, you write a report, and the sentence is, let's go to the market and buy a good. The melancholy will say, no, we need to rephrase this sentence, and this will be his proposal. Let's get to the market and purchase a good. For a male, they have a fixed set of rules and regulations, right and wrong, which they don't think that it can be flexible. I usually say for them it's white or black, there's no in between. So for him, if he's your boss, you have to correct that sentence and put, though these 2 sentences are the same, but he feels this one is right. So you're going to keep on correcting the sentence as long as there is still time. So he knew himself, he knew the boss, he knew his wife, and he finally understood why the boss will always ask to correct and why the boss likes to work with him, because he was that male also that had a tendency of meeting up with most of the expectation of the boss. Hello.